sounds the same. Very good.
Hot girls in love.
Bow, 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 bow. Hey, very nice, guys. Hey.
Now, that's a little tougher to do.
You still got it now.
Yeah, you do, man.
We got a concert last night. We did 2 encores. The crowd wouldn't let us leave.
That's got to be
It's
fun.
tough to sing at afternoon, but I'm giving it my best shot.
Oh, no, you guys are fantastic.
That's great.
Do another one. Do another part of one for us.
Yeah,
Come
just
on.
a little bit. We're fans. That's why you're here.
Come on, this is great. Do another one.
Zen me, baby.
Well,
what do you want to do, Paul?
Is that the way you do it? Paul just starts doing it? I mean, is that the way it works? And you just follow him? Is it or
20 years we've been doing this.
Is that? And he'll just
He
start
starts
with the
doing
riff,
it, and I do whatever I do.
Now, do you need the whole band if you're going to do, like, Turn Me Loose?
See if you can remember this one.
Bow, 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 bow.
Touch that dial,
yeah.
turn me on, starting like a motor, make me run. Come on,
Oh, yeah.
turn that dial all the way, starting like a motor, make me play. I can't remember the words, but
All right.
Hey, yeah.
I love these little samples of all these songs. It's
Very
great.
much like your real songs.
Can you do Working for the Weekend? Are you set up to do Working for the Weekend? Because, I mean, that's
yeah, but
my
you have
favorite.
to make funny faces when you play the drums.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll make funny.
He's good at that.
And we're going to need a cowbell.
All right.
A cowbell.
Do we
Cowbell, please.
Do we have anything that we can substitute for a cowbell? Anything at all?
Are you aware how many idiot disc jockeys on Fridays at 5 o'clock go, hey, tell your boss to shove it into 5 o'clock whistle?
And when I was a club disc jockey, when I used to do that many moons ago, that was it. Everybody would go mental for that song.
Here's the bells we have. Tell me which one you like. Can you turn this up, Rob? Here's what we have. We have... Or I have this one.
Okay.
That's all we have. Oh, and of course,
those are 2 good choices. I'm liking the bell.
this one right here.
give me 3 of those bells.
Everyone's watching.
Oh, yeah.
To see what you will do. Everyone's looking at you. Oh. Everyone's wondering, will you come out tonight? Everyone's dying, get it right, get it right. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance.
Yeah.
And everybody's going off the deep end. And everybody needs a second chance. Oh,
You want a piece of my heart? You better start from the start. You want a piece
in the show.
Oh, yeah. Come on, baby, let's go. You know, this is so much better than originally they said to us. We didn't even know you were coming, Paul. They just said, Mike Reno. And we thought, well, it's okay. Do you think he might sing some of his songs for us?
And
I
you
kind
came-
of look like I used to.
Yeah, no, you.
I'm really stuck on
You
that
sound
comment.
great. You sound great. And, it's nice when guys come to play. I mean, it really is.
You know,
guys.
you look
I
like
shaved.
you look like the dad in Home Alone now.
Thank you. I am the dad in Home Alone. I got 3 kids for crying out loud.
How old are your kids, Mike?
10.
10. They're all 10.
You had triplets?
Yeah.
They're all
Well, I
10.
got twins, and one's an older 10 and almost 11.
Oh, that's great.
So we got like they're all 10. It's funny. You can.
Wow.
Not many people can say all their kids are 10.
That's kind of weird when you say, how old are your kids? And you say 10. And I was kind of sitting
Ask
there,
me
what's
how old my dogs are.
how old are your dogs?
10.
10?
How about you, Paul?
I got one little guy, he's a year and a half.
Year and a half. Hey,
Year and a half.
and you're an old guy,
I
right?
know, I'm 52 next week.
52.
So
Right.
I'm a bit of, a little
You've held up really well, Paul.
That means you're going to be 70 when he graduates high school?
Shut up.
All right. Hey, here's a question. From this album right here, I used to play the hell out of this album, Get Lucky. Is that your butt?
Be careful. Did you like that butt?
I just want to know if that's your butt. I spent a lot of time. This was a good makeout album. It was,
Yeah.
Is that the biggest selling? That's the biggest selling album, isn't it?
That was,
far.
I think so, yeah. We did a few soundtracks that outsold
Right.
it.
Yeah, look at this. Has all the good ones on. Right. Working for the Weekend.
Right.
When It's Over. Lucky Ones. I love that. I love that Gangs in the Street song. See, this is before a CD when you would know what the tracks were.
Right.
You just knew. Side 1, cut 4. That was a good one to put on. And I would spend a lot of time with the album in the corner. Is that your butt?
Well, the hand is obviously male.
Yes.
The butt, however, would be a 14-year-old girl.
Oh,
Really?
Of really? Then I don't feel so bad.
I may get sued over that. secrecy.
Still guilty, huh?
Care to elaborate on that at all?
Nice.
nice.
So now you can say, hey, that's a nice butt.
All right, and she would be, she wouldn't be 52 now, would she? No, she would be. All right.
Okay, how about one more? Would you do one more for us?
One more. That's all we need. One
You could do
more.
a new one or an old one.
This is good. You know how you've been waiting to hear the night?
Yeah.
The night
The night.
that they can... The best night for viewing?
The best night, yes.
Well, this is called Waiting for the Night.
Waiting for the night. Loverboy. On your more music station, everybody.
Sweating every day now, trying to make a buck. Working my fingers down to the bone. Telling my boss where to get it off. It's like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. So cut me a slice of the American pie. Every day around noon.
That's the same.
Strikes one, and my back's to the sun. Like someone poured salt on the wound. I'm waiting for the night. Yeah, I'm waiting for the night to fall. 'Cause the nighttime is the right time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm waiting for the night to fall. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh man.
Thank you, Washington.
There's nothing like doing
We're
a
the
show.
speakers. Thank you, Washington.
When we come in, when people come in ready to play, man,
That's
and
great.
you guys did it, we really appreciate you coming by.
That was nice, man.
That's great.
That's great, and you still got it. If anybody hasn't told you that, you still got it.
You got it.
You'll be at Jack's, Springfield, Virginia.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Baltimore the next night.
And where?
Baltimore Summit. Daytona's.
At Daytona's in Baltimore, then on
Yeah.
Saturday night. Mike Reno. Hey, Paul Dean. These were the real guys from Loverboy.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys.
Make sure you listen to the show on the way out, because then you'll hear all the girls calling about
Very cool.
you.
Very
Okay.
cool.
These might be some of these calls coming through right now, as a matter of fact.
Hundreds and hundreds of calls.
Very cool. It's nice to have guys on the show and not be let down.
Yeah, absolutely. We, you never know when you have people, especially when you want people to play some music for you, and you guys came in and made it special. We
Maybe you guys
appreciate
can relate to this. We had Jimmy J.J. Walker on the show.
that. Now, when you think Jimmy J.J. Walker, you think
What do you think?
Dynamite,
right?
right.
So we said to him, "Hey, say dynamite," and he said, "That's not what I'm about now."
Yeah, and he proceeded to talk about the serious side of life, and that's not what you booked Jimmy Walker for.
Not to compare you to Jimmy Walker, because you are so much bigger than Jimmy Walker,
And
and
he-
ever could be.
And he couldn't hit those high notes.
No.
No way.
No, very good. Well, all right, get out of here, guys, so we can talk about it. All right, thank you. Come on, guys, get out of here now.
All right.
That's
Mike
how we
Reno.
do it. We don't take a break. You just leave, and then we talk about you as you're leaving.
Don't worry, we won't keep any
That
of your
could be
stuff.
dangerous.
All right.
They were good.
Yeah.
Man, they were good. Very
Mike
cool.
Reno and Paul Dean from
That
Loverboy.
was very cool. It was like a private concert.
Man, and he still got it. He still got that voice.
They did all the good songs, too.
That's cool.
Yeah, baby.
Right.
I was going to ask him to sing the song about Laura Korn that someone sent in,
Somebody faxed in some lyrics about our ill-fated relationship with Laura Korn.
but I'd rather sing it myself. I think I could do it justice.
Okay, very good.
yeah.
It's to Candle in the Wind.
Don, I know you can do this justice, especially after hearing that great voice of Mike Reno. Now we can hear you sing.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey guys, next
Hey.
week are y'all going to have maybe Air Supply or Bay City Rollers?
Aw, eat me.
Yeah, that's nasty, man.
And then he runs away.
Yes, and he hangs up. The cruelty, the naked cruelty of our listeners.
We're having Air Supply on next week.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. And then Neil Diamond,
That's right. Steve Perry will be our guest.
All right.
part of our great superstar lineup.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
The Don and Mike Show on 98.1 The Peak.
Hello.
We'll clear up these calls, clear up my skin, and then on to the show. We got tons of stuff to get to. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. My name is Lydia. I'm from Woodstock, Connecticut.
Yes, Lydia.
Lydia.
Lydia. And I've been listening to you guys for about a year and a half, and I love you. I think you guys rule.
Thank you.
I'm one of your female admirers, and I especially love just the banter that goes on. And I find myself in my car listening to you, driving by myself, cracking up. And people must think I'm crazy because I'm just wandering down the road in laughter. And there's one thing I was going to ask you to do.
Who's the celebrity that you think you most resemble, Lydia?
Well, it's a toss between two people.
Okay.
Do you remember Joanna Kearns it was a TV sitcom?
Growing Pains. I believe I rated her a 7.5 the other day.
Oh, really?
When she was Alan Thicke's wife. She has nice dimples.
Mike, you're grounded. Go upstairs. I'm going to make love to Joanna Kearns.
I used to like how she lotioned her legs every night before bedtime.
She moisturized them?
Yeah, she'd moisturize them sitting in the bed having that.
That's nice.
Last bit of cover.
Moisturize.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
Nice.
Bueno, Arbusto.
Kind of a toss between her and Heather Locklear. Although I don't have the body of Heather, I'll be honest. But I'm about a size.
So what do you have? Do you have the body of Joanna Kearns and the face of Heather Locklear?
Well, facial features, kind of a toss between the two. I have Heather Locklear's hair.
And the body of...
The body of Lydia.
Lydia, okay.
I
Not
understand.
heavy, I'm just average.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's good.
But anyway.
You're smart.
As long as you don't have the body of Alan Thicke.
No, I don't.
Hey, let's play
I-
Pictionary.
Smart.
What?
I think I'm smart.
Yeah, you sound smart.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you guys to do this one thing. When I first started...
You sound smart, Lydia.
Thank
when
you.
when I first started tuning into you guys, you were doing something that cracked me up. And you were saying, you had to be a big shot, didn't you?
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, was it longer than a year ago, you think?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we go through sayings on this show the way that Jerry Lewis goes through socks.
Oh, really?
I mean, we always have got some catchphrase that we're working on.
Yes, now we would be right in the throes of Bueno Arbusto.
With a healthy dose of Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean and Jelly.
Those
I
would-
love that Mr. Clean thing. I'm a cleaning fanatic. But whatever. I want you guys to do that for me. Would you do that for me?
No, Lydia.
You will?
Come on, like we're doing the show just for you. Hello, Donna Mike Show.
Y'all,
Get real, Lydia.
Another friend made.
y'all talk about the special, edition shows.
Preachy.
You know what goes good though with Home Improvement? Nice jelly sandwich.
But last night they handled it with comedy. It was pretty good.
You don't even need to toast the bread.
Hell, Mike, you don't need the bread.
No, you don't.
I'll take a jelly sandwich without the bread.
That's right. Make a sandwich with your hands.
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean, just lick off the jelly.
Mr. Clean.
So you liked the show?
Yeah. It's,
All right.
I
Thank you.
don't go for those special edition shows.
Gotcha.
They done it real good. They handled it with comedy, and I tell you, I watched it. I was flipping back.
They done it real good?
They done it real good.
Which
done
did
it
you
really
like
good.
more? Did you like Home Improvement or did you like the Daytona 500?
Daytona 500.
There you go.
There you-
Sure. Goodies, headache powder.
Powders.
Powders, right. Plural. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Dynamite.
Yeah, oh, boy. You know, I'm going to get a headache with that car phone. Please call us back. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Yeah, I want to talk to Don and Mike.
Yes, you're talking to us now. Hello.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Hey, I just had something that I just came out of the restroom of one of these. I'm in sales, and I just came out of this business park, and I saw something. I thought you guys might have a take on it, and I just thought I'd pass along. I walk in there, and I'll make it quick here. I walk in, and there's this pile of pretzels sitting next to the sink, and there's this guy taking a leak.
In the bathroom, there's a bowl of pretzels.
A pile?
No, there's like about 10 pretzels sitting on the counter.
Sitting on the counter. Now, are they wrapped?
No. They're just sitting there, those small little pretzels.
Are they dry pretzels or soft pretzels?
Well, I didn't touch them, but they look dry.
All right. So there's a bunch of pretzels.
The guy's standing at a stall. I pull up next to him. He gets done, walks back over, doesn't wash his hand, grabs the pretzels, pop ones in his mouth, and walks out the door.
Oh. What, are you watching me? Hello, Don and Mike Show. Oh, listen, people do much worse.
Well, it's his thing that his hands were just on.
Hello. Don and Mike Show.
If you want to get technical about it.
Hello.
You know? It's not like he offered you a pretzel.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, this is Phil from Greenville.
Yes, hello, Phil.
Hi, you were talking about momentum a few minutes ago.
I believe Professor O'Mara was speaking on that.
Dr. Dr. O'Mara, well, I hate to break it to you, but the distance an object will travel when it's in the air depends on its velocity and the angle at which it is launched, and doesn't have anything to do with how much it weighs.
No. Wait, and Rob was giving you... I didn't even have to speak for myself there. Rob was giving you a
Here
greeting.
is rocket scientist Rob Spiewak.
I'm sure you're right.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
I didn't have anything to
Thank
say.
you, Professor Backwards.
Just easier.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
I've got a possible celebrity sighting.
Really, where are you calling from?
Well, Western Loudoun County out in the hills.
Oh, in Virginia.
In Virginia, yes.
Okay.
The guy that they based Mr. Clean on, I forget his real name, but he came to my work of employment to talk about how you should watch out for drugs.
Well, I don't know. We had the real Mr. Clean on our show. That's what started this all about a month and a half ago.
And it wasn't the guy they based Mr. Clean on. It was a guy that, was a bald guy based on the...
Yeah, it was the ball. I mean, he's the real Mr. Clean, but he's not,
Yeah.
What?
He's the real Mr. Clean, but he's, not actually...
What?
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 You're not finishing the sentence.
What?
Well, he's the real Mr. Clean.
What?
According to... He's a real Mr. Clean, but he came to...
Watch out for drugs.
Hello. Don and Mike Show.
Don.
Yeah, I am. Hi.
How you doing? I got a funny story. I listened to you with my kids on the way home. They're young, but they understand. You said, "God damn it," and my daughter, 4 years old, she said, "Oh, Don said a bad word." I said, I know, darling, but big people can say it, but only big people." And it was
very good.
It was cute.
That's good parenting, sir.
That is a goddamn beautiful moment.
Well, you know.
Thank you. Thank you. Go. Way to take charge of that situation.
Only big people can say that.
Hello.
I do something like that with my daughter. I get hit. I get hit in the back of the head.
Now scoot.
You're gonna get.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Hey, Don. How you doing?
Hi. Listen, I don't know what that lady was talking about Mr. Clean. We had the actor who was in the Mr. Clean commercials.
There you go.
On our show.
The guy with no hair.
Right, about 6 weeks ago.
Wasn't originally Mr. Clean a cartoon character?
Yes.
And that's how it all started. It was an advertising agency
He's
that
a guy
came up with a cartoon Mr.
Was he
Clean.
like older? Did they age him at least?
They got a picture of him. They still got a picture of him on a bottle. Right? Mr. Clean.
That's
Mr.
right.
Clean.
Mr. Clean.
And remember that survey? 70% of Americans knew who Mr. Clean was.
Right.
However, only 25% could identify Vice President Al Gore.
Who's that guy over there with the red tie?
I don't know, but that's Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
The Don and Mike Show on 98.1 The Peak.
Friends, this is Larry King, alive and well. I've had open heart surgery, and since then, to keep my cholesterol level low, I followed a program that includes Garlic brand garlic tablets. I take one every day. Garlic has been proven to lower cholesterol levels by as much as 25 points. And odor-free Garlic contains the highest level of active ingredients of all garlic tablets. So you only need one tablet a day, not the 6 required by other products. Garlic, as in unique, cholesterol's natural enemy. Garlic.
Are you tired of working hard for your money just to have Uncle Sam take it away from you? Hello, I'm Wade Cook. Learn how you can make your money work hard for you and how to pay fewer taxes. In my book, Brilliant Deductions, you'll learn how. For a limited time, I have a seminar on cassette, and it's free. Call 1-888-275-WADE to order. You can get Wall Street Money Machine or Brilliant Deductions at better bookstores. But to get my free seminar on cassette, call 1-888-275-WADE.
When you get bug bites, you want fast itch relief. The fast itch relief and maximum strength Gold Bond medicated cream. Gold Bond cream contains 2 proven medicated itch fighters to bring fast itch relief to all kinds of summer itches. And cooling, soothing Gold Bond medicated cream is enriched with aloe and vitamin E. Plus it's steroid hydrocortisone free. Heat rash, poison ivy, prickly heat. Don't settle for slow relief. Get maximum strength Gold Bond medicated cream. Fast itch relief. Use only as directed.
Hi, I'm William Shatner, and when I first heard about Priceline, I said, "You gotta be kidding. Name your own price for airline tickets?"
It was easy. I called 1-800-PRICELINE, and now I'm going.
Not only was my price accepted, but I was booked on a non-stop flight both ways.
I told my neighbor, call 1-800-PRICELINE. It works.
Priceline.com just saved me. No 8-hour drive.
Visit Priceline.com or call 1-800-PRICELINE and name your own price for airline tickets. This is big, really big.
98.1 The Peak. WPEK.
If you missed I Miss in the Morning, here's some of what you've been missing.
Here now, grasping for validity like a man buried alive, clawing at a casket lid, America's vanished populist reformer, the billionaire industrialist H. Ross Perot.
Thanks. I Miss in the Morning, weekdays 6 to 10 on 98.1 The Peak, WPEK, for news, talk, and sports on FM.
Hey, you got big plans for this 4th of July holiday weekend? Hope you'll be able to take a few minutes and spend it with us here on Sports Saturday. Hi, everyone. Stan Olenek inviting you to join us starting at 10 o'clock on Saturday as we kind of review what happened last week in sports and look ahead and get you ready for another big week. That's Sports Saturday coming your way this Saturday at 10 o'clock.
Sports Saturday with Stan Olenek. Saturday mornings beginning at 10 on 98.1 The Peak, WPEK, the upstate sports leader.
98.1 The Peak is WPEK, Seneca, Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson for news, talk, and sports on FM. The Dawn and Mike Show.
Now, back to the Dawn and Mike Show on 98.1 The Peak.
I haven't seen you since we were with that stripper in Laguna Beach. You remember her name? No. I do. It was April. That's my job. To remember the names of skanks that you bang on the road. That's what I do. It's not about the money. I do it all for you.
Vintage goodness. It's the best of Don and Mike.
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean.
Don and Mike just got back from Mardi Gras. And
oh, really?
It's a fabulous time.
Oh, we're down New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Yeah.
My first trip down there.
The city that smells like urine.
Different world.
New Orleans.
A different world.
Yeah.
Not only the little bit of Cajun talk, but the great food, you know, and people just drinking, having a great time. Ladies not hesitant to lift her shirt for a quarter worth of beads.
And the constant, never-ending smell of urine.
That's true, too.
That's what I know New Orleans as.
But,
everywhere you go in that town, it smells like pee. It smells like warm pee.
Warm pee because it's always warm there. It's humid.
Oh, it's 76 degrees. 76 degrees every day.
And
I mean,
humid.
you got to do it once. If you've never done it before, you got to go down. You got to take your video camera down. It's just the wildest time. And
wild. I want to tell you, it's wild.
Very safe. Very
wild.
Yeah.
Wild. Smells like urinal, Dolores.
Hi, my video camera has urine on it.
Hello, Donna. Have you ever had a fantasy of being one of those urinal cakes? Mm-hmm. Go to New Orleans.
That would be the best place if you're a urinal cake to live.
If you've ever, like Shirley MacLaine thinks that she was like a bird in a tree in previous lives.
Right.
If you in some life have ever dreamed about being the urinal cake.
Coming back as a urinal cake.
Right. Go to New Orleans because that's the smell you'll be living with for your entire time as a urinal cake.
I would say it'd be an appropriate fantasy for anyone that really likes a good, long, warm shower.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Your day begins, your day ends with warm showers.
Hello.
This is my first day ever listening to you and the first time obviously calling you.
Obviously. Urinal cake. Is that what they're called too?
Yes.
Urinal cakes?
Yeah, right.
You were talking about Lent earlier, and I wanted to tell you that in 1982 when I got married in the middle of Lent, but I'd given up...
More urinal cake, honey? No, but I'll take some more ice cream.
I gave up sex for Lent.
Well, I'm giving up. That's what I'm giving up for Lent, urinal cakes.
I gave up sex for Lent that year, so we couldn't consummate my marriage until Easter, and I didn't know at the time that you can do on Sundays what you gave up for Lent.
Oh, so look at that. You were holding back all that time.
But I wanted to tell you that...
I'd like to point out that we haven't confirmed that little Sunday story yet. That comes from Rob Spiewak.
Oh, no.
He's a Methodist.
No,
it's 46... It's 40.
It came from my church, too.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Your
40
church is Episcopalian, though.
That's right.
Yeah. Lent, the whole thing. That's
Church of the Klingon.
It's the Catholic ceremony.
It's 40.
You used to be Catholic? Yes. Oh, okay. We all used to be Catholic before we got thrown out.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry, Sandra. What were you saying?
It's 46 days of Lent. I mean, if you count the Sundays, and since I call it 40 days of Lent, that ought to confirm it right there because I've California.
Well, diddle.
I used to live
Diddle. Hey, diddle. Okay.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you, and I'm enjoying listening to you.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll do something that will offend you at some point today. That's our goal if you're the first time ever listening to our show.
First time ever.
How did you stumble?
Just moved here from Hawaii.
How did you stumble upon us? Where are you calling from, Sandra?
Carpinteria, which is in Santa Barbara County, California.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in Ventura on my station locally.
Good.
So KTRA, I think. I just was listening, and you guys were talking about Lent when I tuned in.
Well, you'll find that religion is not often mentioned on this show. That's right.
Well, but I mean, look what I'm not, as this religion, I gave up sex for Lent.
We talk about food a lot, don't we? Recommend you make a nice soup for dinner.
Well,
and then stir the soup.
I'm making...
Stir the soup until your husband gets back home.
But he's in Hawaii.
Right. Listen. Never mind. Ask somebody what stir the soup means. Hello.
Hello, Don and Mike.
But don't use a fork. Use a spoon. You want to get every last drop. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, Don and Mike show. Hello.
Yeah, you mentioned the fact that New Orleans smells like urine. I think I know why. By the time the water goes from Minnesota, Mississippi River, down to New Orleans, it's been through the human body 13 times.
What was that? Here's another professor backwards calling us today.
I've heard this before.
What is this? Run this by me again, please.
They pull their water out of the Mississippi River for drinking. All right?
Right.
Well, Mississippi starts in Minnesota, and all those towns along the river pull their water out of the river. And most of the sewage treatments along the same river, well, it's passed through a human body 13 times.
Listen, I think it smells like urine in New Orleans because people just pee on the street because it's such an open party atmosphere.
Yeah.
That's why I think it smells like urine in New Orleans.
It might be both of them. But I thought you ought to know that. Don't drink the water when you go down there.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm definitely sure.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Goodbye.
I don't know whether he was right or not.
I've heard that before.
Don and Mike show. Hello.
Hey, Don and Mike.
Yeah, right. Hello. Yeah.
Hey, this is Bill out in Clinton. I was calling to see if you guys watched Jag last night. And I know from whoever answers the phone, Jimmy the intern, he says no.
No, well, first off, Jimmy the intern doesn't work here anymore.
Well,
and second, the guy on the phone was right. Who would watch Jag? What is that? That's got to be on CBS, right?
Don, I'm not a big Jag fan. But
is it on CBS?
Yes, it's a CBS.
That's a death knoll for any show.
Yeah,
Jag is the show about, jets, right?
Judge Advocate General. It's a military lawyer.
I thought it was about jagoffs.
Sometimes.
Don't be such a jag-off, man.
Jags. Tonight,
hey, you jag.
Tonight, Buddy Ryan on Jag.
Hello.
Hello, Don?
Yeah.
Mike?
Right, we're both here.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, this is James from Sacramento. I just wanted to tell you what the urinal cake is.
You want to tell us what a urinal cake is?
Yes, it's called a plumber's breath mint.
A plumber's breath mint.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Mr. Clean gets rid of dirt and grime and grease in just a minute.
Oh, boy. Yeah, go listen to yourself on the radio now, you moron.
Mr. Clean.
I don't know, you people who think you're so funny, go get your own shows. And go bother some other disc jockeys. Or let some other people bother you. You know what I'm saying.
That's right. Go up to Minnesota and then float down the Mississippi River.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey, Don, I always considered that thing in the urinal a puck, like a hockey puck.
The technical name for it is a urinal cake. And I once worked at a radio station where we marketed ourselves by coming up with a great plan to put the station's logo on the urinal cake so people actually would pee on the logo of the radio station.
Captive audience. Did you ever go through with it?
Oh, yeah, no, they did it.
That's a great idea.
It was B94 in Pittsburgh. It said hit the bullseye, and in the middle of it had the little station logo there.
Shame it wasn't P94.
Oh, P94.
P94, here's your urinal cake. Hey,
Hello.
thanks a lot. Would you send out promotional people like into the businesses to go, listen, we appreciate your support?
They didn't even mention it on the air. It was a free item to bars and to clubs, and they would just go in and say, if we can put our urinal cake in, it's like free advertising for us.
But I wonder what intern got that choice task.
Oh, hold on. Commercial set. I'm sorry, we have to break, and then we'll be back.
Actually, we're done. Done.
Another moment too soon.
Oh, man, we gotta catch their next show.
Goodbye, Turkey. My attorney will be in touch.
Sorry, we're out of time.
Before we get out of here, we want to say thanks to Blockbuster, the official video store of the Don and Mike Radio Show, with the top video rentals of the week: Scream 2, Spice World, Fallen, As Good as It Gets, Starship Troopers, Tomorrow Never Dies, The Jackal, John Grisham's Rainmaker, The Postman, and LA Confidential. Also, everyone at the Don and Mike Show says, Happy 4th of July, everybody. And remember, light the fuse and get away. We'll see you Monday. Goodbye.
Again, Stevens, don't be so tight. Give my daddy more money.
Delightful. This is the best show we've ever done.
You are the best thing on the radio.
Don and Mike kick ass.
Please focus on the show. Don and Mike, my brothers. Still a good time was had by all. That's about as good as it gets. Well, so long and have a good night.
Adventures in Dickland.
Bonnie boy, there go two of the good ones. You said it, Fred.
Don and Mike kick ass. Don and Mike kick ass.
We could go on for hours and mesmerize you. You've been a terrific audience. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. We're at that time where we have to go. Thank you for coming. Good night. God bless you.
No sports, no rock, no information. For mindless chatter, we're your station.
Price, service, and selection. Country style.
The Don and Mike Show.
The Don and Mike Show on 98.1 The Peak.
For another fantabulous episode of
The Don and Mike Show.
And today we shall witness an earth-shaking discovery.
Don Geronimo, Mike O'Mara.
Who are you guys with? NBC, CBS?
Radio Gods.
You gave up jobs with security for show business?
The Don and Mike Show.
We've got a show to do.
Come on, guys, we're on the air.
Have a good show.
Copyright 1998. CBS Radio. All rights reserved.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be great. Yeah, I know. It's going to be a great show. All right, well, good luck.
Produced by 106.7 WJFK, Washington's Superstation, and distributed by Westwood One Entertainment.
We should thank our lucky stars. They're still putting on a program of this caliber after so many years.
Now, I have a message for all you good, moral, Christian people who are complaining that breasts and vaginas are obscene. Hey, don't complain to me. Complain to the manufacturer. Okay? And although Jesus told us not to judge, I know you're going to judge anyway, so judge sanely. Judge with your eyes open. What do you consider obscene? Is this obscene to you?
Next time on the best of Don and Mike.
Mark Bryan from Hootie and the Blowfish. Any of you guys in Hootie and the Blowfish ever received a Blumpkin?
What's that?
It's a guy is sitting on the commode, and while he's doing that, a woman is giving him a Monica Lewinsky. Being big rock stars, I bet you get Blumpkins all the time, right?
I've never had a Blumpkin, but I can honestly say I don't think I really want one.
Good man.
That's a good answer.
The Don and Mike Show.
Geronimo and Michael Mary Show. Oh, 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 oh. Best on the radio. Oh, 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 oh. God's on the radio. Oh.
What's all this? Here come those guys again, giving me a big old ass-eating grin. Our leader, Don Geronimo, is back on the air with Mike O'Meara's vocal talents extraordinaire. You gotta love the show, it's like a good stiff belt. Check Don and Mike, man, there's something else.
They can handle the fact that every day they're confronted with the ugly side of humanity. They can handle murder, rape, and deceit. They can handle just about anything the job throws their way. Until now.
It's the Don and Mike Show, and they'll say what they wish.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Hello.
There you go.
Yeah, yes, sir. That's all I need.
There we go. Hello, Donna Mike Show.
Hello.
Hi.
Is this me for the... Okay, I'm a first-time caller, so I'm just checking, just to show you the kind of schmuck I am. It comes on, hello, Donna Mike. I'm like, hello, and then somebody else starts...
All right. Hello, Donna Mike Show.
Hey.
Now, next time you be a second-time caller.
Some very good beer I purchased with a fake ID. My name was Brian McKee. I stayed up listening to Queen when I was 17.
Expertly aged like a fine cheddar. The best of Don and Mike.
The National Enquirer says Chris Farley is in a detox center in Maryland fighting heroin addiction.
Are you kidding?
What? Well, that's what the National Enquirer says. Now, a spokesman for Chris Farley denies that, says he's actually...
For the love of God!
He's actually in a weight loss center, according to his spokesman.
There's a lot of room between heroin and weight loss.
Holy shnikey. And Chris...
Richard, look at my tracks.
Chris does
You
weigh...
told me that those were insect bites.
They're not bites, for God's sake, Richard. Yeah.
Chris does weigh 375 pounds, so that story, the weight loss center story, certainly is plausible.
Holy shnikey.
Whatever it is, whether it's heroin detox or weight loss, he's in for 3 months.
Whatever. I'm just glad that Rob Bay's off that fen stuff.
Yeah, really.
You know, I had the biggest laugh of vacation when I read in the newspaper that fen can kill you.
Big controversy.
Because I heard Rob doing those commercials. Hey, it's me, Rob Spiewak. I've lost 14 pounds. I'm going to be dead before Labor Day, but I'm down an entire size in my pants.
The miracle of modern medicine.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, you're off that stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, he is, as a matter of fact. He told me that earlier.
You're off that fen stuff?
Never felt...
He's down. Somebody get it.
No. I did cease my taking of the fine medication yesterday.
Good.
And my aorta has never felt better.
Good man.
I'll be at the doctor very soon.
Go home, have a nice rich meal tonight.
That's right, with lots of beer.
Eat anything you want.
Yeah, you know, really, I think now that this is all this nonsense is out of the way, I think it's time for you to balloon up to about 400.
Bye-bye, Rob.
All right.
I want to watch you walk out of the room. Dead man walking! What do you have next?
I just wanted to tell you that Chris Farley has been in alcohol rehab a couple of times before, so again, either story plausible there.
Gotcha.
John Popper of Blues Traveler and Music News says that running out of breath is not the worst thing that's ever happened to him while playing the harmonica. No, even worse than that. He tells Entertainment Weekly that he has actually thrown up into his harmonica.
Oh, boy. Who doesn't want to share that now?
Well, quoting John Popper, you just got to suck it up, chunks and all.
Oh, God.
Gotcha.
Buzz, let me interrupt you for a second.
All right.
We had a story about another really fat guy a few moments ago, Chris Farley.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And now here's a guy in Sacramento who claims he was in detox with Chris Farley. Is this Dave?
Yes, it is.
Dave, when do you claim that you were in detox with Chris Farley?
Well, it was right about the first part of November. You're in there for 28 days, and I just got there one day, and he came in, and that's when we met and everything.
Well, what about this heroin dependency thing? Can you confirm or deny that? I mean, from your perspective?
What were you there for?
Alcohol.
And he was there for...
He was there for heroin, we were told. When he came in, he was so drunk.
Holy shnikes.
You should have seen it. And wait a minute, he has put on at least 100 pounds since, like, Tommy Boy. I mean, he walked in here, and you could just smell him from, like, 15 feet away.
Son of a...
Oh, and then he goes and he makes these 2 huge ham sandwiches, because there's a little kitchenette part when you first come in that you can eat if you want to.
You know, I wish him nothing but the best, because I am a big fan of his.
Yeah.
I got to think if there's one guy who would really be funnier on drugs, probably Chris Farley.
He was so nice. He was just like he is in the movies. I mean, I wish him the best, too. Yeah. But there's no question he was there.
Because there's really not a lot to Chris Farley's comedy. Most of Chris Farley's comedy is running into stuff. I would think if you got him all loop-de-loop on goofballs, it might be really funny. He must play for the Yankees.
At the same time, too, and this is at the same time that Mary and Chris Farley were there, there was a guy, a boxer, I can't remember his name, but he fought Tyson in Japan and got knocked out like in 53 seconds or something.
What was he there for?
Crack, actually. He was so funny because he was telling us, "Oh, Tyson doesn't hit so hard," and we're all going like, "He knocked you out like."
Really? Who else was there? Was Mother Goose there with you too?
No, you know who was just there? The guy from Ain't My Friends. It's the same place.
The guy from what?
The guy that was on Friends that was just there. I can't think of his name.
Matthew Perry.
So let me
Matthew
me
Perry.
see if I've got this straight. You were in Detox with Chris Farley and with Matthew Perry.
No. Matthew Perry was just there. I was in Detox with Chris Farley.
If you,
boxer. I can't.
you were, if
what
you
about
were
the Easter
there,
Bunny? Was the Easter Bunny there?
If you weren't there, how would you know that Matthew Perry was there?
It was in the paper in People or something. You can't hide this stuff when these guys check in these places.
No, of course. It was on the front page of the National Enquirer. We are just doubting the fact that you were there with all of these other celebrities.
No, I was there with Chris Farley and this boxer. I was not there with Matthew
Okay,
Perry.
but that would be, we're just doubting whether you were there with Chris Farley and the boxer.
Well, I was there during Thanksgiving.
Because, it just sounds also a little weird that you would say, yeah, he was there. We were told it was heroin, and I wish him the very best in his career.
He was a super guy there. I mean, he
He's
was
a super
funny.
guy.
I mean, he's just... I don't...
All right, thank you very much.
Well, nobody
Listen.
wants to hear this about an idol like that.
Yeah.
Listen, my advice to you is go back to the bottle. I would urge you to start drinking heavily right now.
I always do when I listen to your guys' show.
Well, God bless you.
Of course you do.
God bless you guys. Glad you guys are back.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye. See, that guy wasn't really in Detox with anybody.
Yes, we didn't trust him. The crap detectors, everyone's crap detector was...
No, you were not. You were not.
No, I've never... Why would I lie to you guys?
Because you're
everybody,
a liar.
Radio gum?
Everybody lies to us.
Oh, I would... No.
We don't believe you.
I'm sorry we don't.
I mean, that's
Check
just
my story out.
That's our perspective.
I'm not going to check your story. I'm going to call Chris Farley and ask him if he remembers the guy from Sacramento in Detox.
No, he wouldn't remember me, I don't think.
Yeah. See, that's why we don't believe you.
Well, then why did you let Jimmy put me on it?
Because we sometimes let people on. We want to hear the story, and then
you can mess with them. Huh?
No.
Listen, if we thought that you were telling the truth, we would say thanks for the call.
We didn't know you were, not credible until you started talking. So we let you...
My credibility is my honesty about this.
Credibility and honesty.
What honesty?
The fact that I was there. I mean, do you think that's something I'm proud of?
I think you're making it up is what I think, really. I think you just heard the name Chris Farley, and you thought, hey, this is my chance to be on the show.
And like all guys that call the radio show, they actually hang on like you're hanging on right now.
Month of November of last year.
What?
Check where Chris Farley was in the month of November.
Listen, anybody could have read the National Enquirer and seen that in November he was in Detox.
He wasn't. Well, I never saw it in the National Enquirer.
Mm-hmm. Of course not, because you were in Detox.
Matthew Perry, you can see where he was, the same place.
Yeah, you can read that.
This place was started before Betty Ford and everything. It's great for this kind of...
We just don't believe you.
We don't believe you.
You guys don't want to believe me. Very, very disappointed.
We want to believe. Listen,
we do want to believe.
There'd be nothing better than having a guy who was really in Detox with Chris Farley. They just don't believe you.
We're having a great deal of difficulty believing your story. It's full of holes.
Wait a minute. Ask me about those holes. I just told you the truth.
All you've done is say stuff that anybody could have read in the National Enquirer, and you throw in offhanded, oh yes, we heard that he was addicted to heroin. Oh, if that's the case, how come this hasn't gotten out for the last 7 months?
Yeah, and then he went over into the little
Obviously,
kitchen area.
Publicity advisors, they don't want that kind of stuff.
And then he went over into the kitchen area and made 2 big, huge ham sandwiches.
That was the funniest thing in the world.
But he was just like in Tommy Boy. He was so nice. And Mike, he's 100 pounds heavier than when he was in Tommy Boy.
Sure.
And then there was the boxer from Mike Tyson who was there, and also the guy from Friends.
No, he was the guy from Friends. I just saw that in the paper that he was there just a month ago or something.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
What do you mean? What?
But I do. I totally believe you. I totally believe you.
I can't believe this.
Sometimes
you guys with this bare my soul.
Oh, listen, will you stop off with this holier-than-thou crap, all of this bare my... You're not bearing your soul. You're trying to get on a radio show. You're trying to jerk our chains here.
The thrill for you is being on the air.
I've never called a radio station ever in my life.
Never. I've never called in my life.
You say I'm like Tom Gavin or...
What are you talking... Guys, what are you talking about?
You've called hundreds of radio stations. You call them every day.
Just we're the only guys dumb enough to give guys like you a lot of airtime.
I have not. I've never called a radio station ever.
Every day.
I do.
You haven't called a radio station today. Maybe we were the first call today. No, but I doubt that, too.
And by the way, Jimmy the intern, he's like a nice guy as far as a screener or something.
Well, now we know you're a liar.
Yeah, because he's a real jerk.
Well, he was nice to me.
Well, he wanted to set you up. He probably knew you were lying, too.
Well, listen, I'm sure that you have some kind of paperwork from when you were in detox. You could just fax me the paperwork. That would be an easy way to prove this, and then you'd get us eating crow.
Your diploma. And there's nothing greater than to have us eat crow. Feathers and everything all over the place.
I'm not Private Pile.
Sir, no, sir.
And why not Private Pile?
Sir, because I'm too heavy, sir.
Because you are a disgusting fat body, Private Pile.
Sir, yes, sir.
Then why did you hide a jelly donut in your footlocker, Private Pile?
Sir, because I was hungry, sir.
Because you were hungry.
Bring it.
It's the best of Don and Mike.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, so the Today Show.
Yeah, with Lay King.
Okay. Matt Lauer, who incidentally is going to be interviewed tonight on Larry King's show. You know, that must be the way that Lay King does it, to ensure that Matt Lauer, who I think at least normally asks tough questions,
makes a fist and actually can do a very tough interview, but Larry saved himself by scheduling that to be on Matt Lauer the same day that Matt Lauer is going to be on his show.
Right, because like every time Matt Lauer was going to ask him something like, "Hey Larry, how come you look like such a frog?"
Right.
As the sentence was forming, Larry would pipe in, "Don't forget, you can ask me anything tonight. I'll be turning the tables on you tonight, Matt Lauer."
And immediately, it's a terrible way to do an interview when you're going to go on the same guy's show that night, because you want to be in a situation that's going to be advantageous. So you put Larry. And I was really, I really think that Matt Lauer could have maybe pulled some decent questions like, what's it like to be married to a woman who's, 40 years younger than you are?
What's it like to be married 7 times? What's wrong with your shoulders?
Why do your shoulder blades touch in the back?
Why do Hydrox cookies taste better than Oreos?
How come peanut butter is so much more tasty on a bagel?
How come you like Siegfried and Roy so much? Lay,
how come when Steve and Edie are performing, you never move an inch?
How come you never talk about those times you fell asleep during your radio show? Well, he had none of that for him.
Yeah, he didn't. It was a very softball interview.
Oh, and this is now coming off last night. I had a double bill of Lay King.
You saw Lay last night.
Last night, Lay had Mike Wallace on his CNN show.
Oh, God.
And once again, Larry King pitched tent in Mike Wallace's ass.
Super suck fest?
He was camping out in his ass. You are the greatest newsman of all time.
Yeah, that's the one of Larry's guys. And Mike Wallace is the kind of guy who,
he was loving it.
A la Jerry, will drink it all in.
And like Larry said something to him like, "Your hair. I'm curious about your hair."
Oh, you should be talking.
Your hair, it's so beautiful. And Mike Wallace gave him a total BS answer. Right. I think everybody knows Mike Wallace dyes his hair, okay?
Oh, he has to. The man is 150 years old. He's got that jet black hair.
And he says with that voice, "Well, Larry, I'll tell you what it was. There was a beautiful lady that was by my side for 28 years, and every day she would feed me raisins and nuts. And that's why my hair looks so great." And Larry's follow-up was, "You're the greatest newsman ever." It was
good question, Mike.
It was like Larry's not responding to the answer. The follow-up question is, really? Raisins and nuts keep your hair dark for 80 years?
Yeah, the follow-up is, come on.
Right, no, but Larry was doing that thing where he's hunching over and he's got his big chin on his fist and he's like this. He looks at him and goes, "I'm a curious person. I'm naturally curious."
Yeah, that's his
big word is curious.
I'm curious. I'm curious about the future. That's why I wrote the book. And then they get laughing. And hey, last night did he have the hard shoes on with the half boot?
They only show him from the waist up on CNN.
How about Mike Wallace wears those kind of shoes too? That's an old man's shoe. That's the old man's shoe look that they probably both were wearing.
So listen, he's on the Today Show.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to sell a book. Larry has written a book about the future. Can you think of anything more asinine?
Larry King's Future. The cover of the book is a pond with lily pads covered with frogs.
So, Matt Lauer says, "What's the book about, Lay King?" And listen, here's what Larry says. And I was watching this thinking, I hope they're running tape on this.
Right.
Because it's going to be one of those ridiculous tapes that they'll be able to play back 20 years from now to show how stupid people are thinking what's going to happen in the future.
The future is incredible.
Larry says, "I want to tell you, the year 2015. And he sets it up real like dramatic. 2015.
Right.
You go to the doctor. You sit in the office. You give them some blood. You wait a couple of minutes. They come out. They tell you everything you're going to get for the rest of your life. And they're even going to tell you when you're going to die. 15 years from now.
It's incredible.
I'm telling you, the year 2015. Now, Matt Lauer is like buying into this, and he goes,
sure, not realizing Larry is one of the great, yarn spinners of the world.
So Matt Lauer goes, really, Larry? They'll just be able to take your blood and tell you how long you're going to live. And then Matt Lauer says, well, that would really help me if I was going to be 78 or so. I guess I would really work harder my last couple of years alive.
Yeah, when the follow-up question should have legitimately been, oh, come on, Larry, yeah, and you're Sandy Koufax's best friend, too.
Right, someone's got to get that tape and put it in a time capsule. And in the year 2015, when everything is virtually like it is now.
Right, exactly.
I mean, how much your thing's going to change in the next 15 years? We'll be able to play the tape that Larry King said. You could go to the doctor. He would take a vial of your blood. They would be able to tell you every sickness and disease you're going to get for the rest of your life, and they will tell you what will kill you and when it will kill you.
I think the only thing that's going to change in the next 15 years is Larry won't be going to the doctor.
What about him talking about TVs?
Oh, he said, yeah. He points at the TV and he says, listen, here's what's going to happen. In 2015, everything, you're going to be able to do everything through that box. You'll be able to call the grocery store and say, send over the same order that I ordered last time.
Yeah, last week.
Like you can't get a grocery store to deliver nowadays,
You can buy stuff online now. It's nothing amazing.
And it was a little peek inside of Larry, though, the things that would excite him, like pressing a button and saying, send over the same order, the same Hydrox cookie order that I ordered last time.
So you wouldn't have to leave your house. You would never have to leave your house. You learn something on every page of this book.
You see, Matt, here's what I am. I'm very curious.
And he said that this morning, too, that he's a curious person.
I'm a curious guy, and in 2015, I just really want to have my lovely wife, Sean King, hanging around the house while I stay in my bathrobe and don't bathe.
Think about that.
And I wear my hard shoes, my half boots.
Think about the year 2015. Larry King says, you go to a doctor, you give them some of your blood, and within a few moments, they come back and they tell you every sickness you're going to get for the rest of your life, including what's going to kill you and how long you're going to live.
Wouldn't it be a logical follow-up for Matt Lauer to come back and say, but Larry, in 2015, aren't you going to be playing poker with beetles and worms?
It was great.
Yeah, Larry. And the best thing, the nice thing about the Today Show is they give you that nice long shot where you can see three things. You can see the pant leg, you can see Larry's skin, and you can see the half leather boot.
This Lay King.
Hi, I'm Lay King.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hey.
You watch The Tonight Show. Have you seen the big fat guy that gets almost naked on the Tonight Show?
Yeah, that's a funny bit.
That's a great bit. Gotta hand it to old Jay. That is really making me laugh out loud.
And meanwhile, I turned on Dave the other night, and here I got a lot of this.
Drumming.
My, and poor Paul Schaefer.
Oh, yeah, he's getting to be the real whipping boy on that show.
Paul Schaefer tries to help. It's like if Dave's got a joke going and it's really bombing, you hear Paul Schaefer go, yeah, Dave. And it's like, I swear David Letterman wants to call him a bad name.
Yes.
But he can't. And he just lashes out at him.
Sure.
Yes, Paul.
And sometimes...
What, Paul?
You can tell his disinterest, Paul's disinterest, where he's really into the music and he likes the musical segments, but otherwise he's just kind of hanging out there. He's kind of just lingering, and he will not pay attention to what's going on. And David Letterman will catch him in not paying attention, and those are my favorite moments when Paul, where he says something along the lines.
See, that's funny, though.
Come to rehearsal, that type of thing.
Yeah. That's funny, but Letterman busts on Paul Schaefer all the time.
Yeah, when it's uncalled for, it's really, it's not all that funny. It's just nakedly cruel.
And here's my complaint. I don't mind nakedly cruel. I'm a fan of nakedly cruel. But if you're David Letterman, go all the way with it.
Right.
Really. Don't just turn and give him a snide look and say, oh, Paul, my, go back to Canada. Turn to him and go, Paul, what's the deal?
Have a shouting match. Paul, you think because you tinkle those ivories every night that you're something special?
Right.
No.
Letterman's the guy out there dying every night.
Right.
And I read the ratings last week. Oh, my God. Leno's ratings are higher now than when Johnny and his anal polyps was when Johnny was at the top.
Right.
Leno's got his best. West.
This is the Dawn and Mike Show.
The Dawn and Mike Show on 98.1 The Peak.
Percy, I was joking around with one of my friends, and that's it. If you don't like it, you and your families too. Now let's talk about the game.
If you haven't heard it, it's new to you. If you have, shut up and listen anyway. The best of Don and Mike.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Mike.
Yes?
Loving you, man.
What?
Loving you.
Loving you, sir.
Yeah. What's happening?
Hello.
Why don't you greet the rest of our fun friends like everybody else does on this show?
It's all right, Mike, if he just wants to say he's loving
No,
you.
it's not all right. It makes me extraordinarily uncomfortable.
No, don't feel uncomfortable. It's not that way. It's not that way.
You got that sound in your voice.
Loving you.
That says trouble, sir.
Loving you, buddy.
It says trouble all the way.
Actually, I'm at work right now. I'm one of those guys that you guys actually are fond of.
Who's that? Postal workers?
Loss prevention.
Who?
Loss prevention, security. You know, you see the guys that bust the shoplifters.
Oh, rent a cop.
Got
right.
any videotapes?
Hey, yeah, I got plenty of videotapes.
Really, of shoplifters?
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, we got some good booster tapes.
I'm loving you, buddy.
Loving you, Don.
Loving you, man.
Hey,
Buzz.
listen to that.
Loving you, baby.
All-Star game.
What?
Isaiah Thomas would not shut up about talking about himself.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for calling. Hey, remember, I love you.
Now, is this the girl that wanted to be spanked?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold on a second.
Hope she's got that celebrity she most resembles.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hey, Don.
Yes, ma'am.
I got a question for you. I just recently moved from Michigan, and I think your show is fantastic.
Oh, we appreciate that.
And I was wondering, how did you meet your mom? How did you meet your mom? How did you meet your wife?
Same question. Computer dating.
Computer dating?
Yeah. I was very lucky.
She emailed you, you emailed her.
Of course, it was 16, 17, 18 years ago before there was such a thing as email.
You used pigeons.
No, you want to know the stupidest story? I met my wife at a disc jockey convention where she was there with a radio guy. You know who, Steve.
The little radio
yeah,
guy.
Napoleon. And I was there with, what's the name that Frida has for her? Sally Sue is the name. A gal who had two names.
Okay.
You know, like a Kathy Lee type name.
Gotcha.
And when my wife first saw me, I was pawing this girl to death. We were sitting together at a table, and she was sitting in my lap, and I was just pawing her like an animal.
Oh, my, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And my wife was there with this other guy.
How did she react when she saw you pawing that other woman?
She liked meeting me. But you know what? My wife is a good-looking woman. And even back then, you know, before she had miles on her, she was even better.
There you go.
And my wife was very used to getting her ass kissed by every guy that ever met her. Like, wow, you're so good looking. So I had, you know, Sally Sue with me, and I said, hi, nice to meet you. And then I asked my wife out on a date a couple of days later, and she said, no, but I'd like to be your friend. And then I said to her, I've got plenty of friends. You know, if I want a friend, I'll go down to the station.
Which was a calculated risk.
Yeah. Yeah, well, plus at that point, I didn't want to waste my time with another woman that, you know, wanted to, from the outset, said, hey, I like you fine, but you're a friend.
Right.
You know what I say to that? F you. I don't want to be your friend. And it worked because she ended up calling me back.
Yes.
She was intrigued by the one man that didn't bend down to kiss her ass.
She wanted to be more than a friend.
And, of course, the irony is that I've spent the rest of my life kissing her ass.
That's a good story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's a true story. That's a true story.
So as soon as you, well, you really weren't playing hard to get, but you wanted what you wanted, and that drove her crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And then I was going to date one of her friends one time. And I was talking to her on the phone, and I said, yeah, I might ask that girl out. And that just set her off. She said, well, how come you're not going to ask me out? I said, I already asked you out. You said you wanted to be friends.
Yeah.
I don't want a friend. Then she said, well, maybe we could reevaluate.
Oh, and you knew you had her then.
Then I scored. Hello.
Hello.
Who's this?
This is Tamara.
Oh, the spanking girl.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Hello, Don and Mike show. You know, normally I really like spanking girls. I got a weird vibe about her.
Between the GED and not coming up with the celebrity she most resembles, you know.
She didn't know Iraq.
Usually it's quite a celebration when they turn 18.
Hello, Don and Mike show. When a little lady turns 18.
Oh, man, raise the flag.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Yeah, right.
Hello.
Oh, God.
All right, that line is dead.
Does that mean that she's still out there?
Yeah. And now kind of summing up the way we feel. Ed McMahon.
Each time I see a little girl of 5 or 6
or 18.
or 7.
18, Ed.
I can't resist a joyous urge to smile
in Polyp
and
Heaven.
Say, thank heaven.
Ed McMahon.
For little girls.
Currently biting Johnny's anal polyps.
For little girls get bigger every day.
Sing between bites, Ed.
Hello. Hello, Don and Mike.
I'd like to be the first one to welcome Kennedy to the CBS sports team.
Oh, God, that's the worst.
Along with, you got Urkel and Kennedy. Why aren't you guys out there doing the Olympics?
We should. We could do a better job than Kennedy.
Wouldn't it be great if like, a ski went through her head or something?
Well, you know, she's doing serious interviews. She's not doing that wild off-the-wall Kennedy stuff she did. And when you've got that, when you've got her out there doing a straight interview with the speed skaters.
She still looks so ugly?
Yeah, you suddenly look at her and you say to yourself, why the hell is she out there? Why was she chosen? Because of her journalistic credentials?
I was waiting for her co-host Pauly Shore to show up.
Really, it's ridiculous.
Who picked those people that are hosting that thing? You got that guy Jim Nantz. He's all right. He's just your standard, hey, everybody, slicky, big forehead, nice hair. But then it's got like a girl who kind of looks like an older Dee Dee Myers, who was the what
Joyce,
is her name?
Joyce. Her last name, Andrea Joyce.
The one thing we do know, she'll get an A-.
Oh, from Rudy, yeah.
Well, the thing about it is, I thought that they were getting Kennedy out there to give the cover like snowboarding and do a whole Generation X approach, but no, they've got her all over the place, and they said, now the Olympic ceremonies, now with the little snow children, let's go down to Kennedy, and I'm like, why? And she's wearing those retro glasses that
her
she wears,
Catwoman glasses.
her little Catwoman glasses. Forget about it.
She sucks.
Terrible.
Andrea Joyce, if she was a car, she'd have 200,000 miles on her.
How about some sports on the Olympics? Learning how the rice grows and.
Yeah, I agree. Well, they're between a rock and a hard place because the skiing got canceled 2 nights in a row.
Too much snow.
Yeah, I don't want to know the vending machines.
I know. I'm with you, sir. I'm with you all the way on that.
I will go see Titanic before I watch the Olympics.
Really? Buzz saw Titanic over the weekend.
I did.
Traitor.
I had to.
Burbank.
I had to.
You.
He hated it. He told me he hated it, though.
Did you really?
Well, no, I liked it.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Okay, somebody told me what I look like.
I'm on an island by myself.
Yeah.
No, you're
an island of hatred for like it's the reinventing it. Listen.
Oh no, we've awakened the sleeping giant.
No, I did this on Friday. I won't do it again today.
I like it though.
I won't do it today.
Did you happen to hear the box office from the?
Yeah. Well, look at the competition. Blues Brothers 2000.
Right.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Right.
There's nothing else to see.
True.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to keep moving. Yes. Okay, Tamara, who do you resemble?
A little bit like the daughter on Roseanne.
Which one?
I guess the oldest one. I'm not sure. I don't watch that all the time.
The blonde or the brunette?
You mean the weird looking one?
I guess. I don't know.
You mean Sarah Gilbert?
Gee, Brenda, I don't know.
I don't know, Mr. Hand. I don't know.
That's all you seem to say is, I don't know.
The brunette.
Who?
The brunette.
Darlene?
Yeah, I guess. The brunette. I don't know. I don't watch that show.
You look like Darlene?
A little bit like...
Can you name 2 American presidents who have been assassinated?
Oh, don't do this to me.
Think about it.
Can you name 2 American presidents who have been assassinated?
Okay. Kennedy.
Yes.
And,
also hosting at the Olympics.
oh, God.
Kennedy Ann? No, someone helped you out, though.
Is that the homeschooling? Is that your father?
No.
Is that your mama?
Actually, my dad died.
I'm sorry to hear that. Who's that in the background?
The friend.
Friend.
All right, well, no help from the friend.
No, he didn't
All
say
right.
anything.
Who's the former first lady who started the drug rehab center?
Oh.
Wow. This is a real advertisement for homeschooling right here.
And GED.
Yeah.
Well.
Any idea?
No.
Ferris? Anyone?
No.
No?
No. God, I feel so stupid now.
What?
I think I feel so stupid now.
Name the year that's the birth of America.
1492.
Oh, boy.
All right, listen, I'm sorry. We can't spank you. Much as
You're
we'd
going
like to.
to have to brush up on your studies before we can spank you.
No, listen. And you know, we don't have high standards on this show. The bar is very close to the floor right now.
Yeah, the only questions we ask are ones we know the answers to. So,
That's
I mean, you're dealing with the absolute most simplistic approach that anybody could have.
Oh, come on, please.
Nope, sorry.
It's just 18 spankings, please.
No.
Please?
Too bad you don't have any of your pesky word problems that we can throw at her, you know.
Hey, Rob, go get me a TV guide. I'll give you one last test. If you can get one of the TV guide crossword puzzles, which incidentally retards can get, if you can get one of the answers to a TV guide crossword puzzle, then we will spank you.
This should be easy for you. Do you watch much television?
A little bit.
Do you read?
Yeah.
All we have to do now is wait for Rob to come back with the TV guide.
Just a little time here. What was the last book you read?
I don't...
I can answer that, Mike. The Holy Bible.
No.
No, Don was answering for himself.
No.
Before the show today, as always.
As he quotes verse.
In our pre-show meeting.
You don't get TV Guide, but this is the Inquirer, which is also very
The Inquirer. Oh, Rob, there's too many here. For goodness sakes. 15. What do you think that is? You think that's... Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. How about this? What? Okay, here's a good one. 135 across. This is the National Enquirer crossword puzzle. 135 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. Peter, pumpkin.
Eater.
Yes!
How do you spell that?
Spell it correctly or like Tom Gavin?
How do you spell it?
E-A-T-E-R.
Excellent.
All right.
Very good.
Well,
you
all
can
right.
spell.
All right, we will spank you then.
Thank you.
Will you pull down your pants?
Yes.
Are you wearing underpants?
No.
Okay.
No surprise there. She's homeschooled.
And I'll be using the hairbrush now.
You're not wearing shoes either, are you?
No.
Constantly barefoot. And here we go. You earned this one, Tamara. 1, 2, 3.
Tamara?
Hello?
Was it Tamara?
We've
Was
never-
that her name?
It wasn't me.
We've never lost one like that before.
Oh,
She's
my
gone, man.
God, like the wind.
She's gone.
Oh, well, I wish her the very best of luck.
Hello, Don and Mike. The answer's Betty Ford, 1776.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the stupid guy test. Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
guys.
Hey, Don and Mike.
How are you?
Hey, doing great, thank you.
Better than I am. I got to tell you what happened. I live at Lake Tahoe. We got a bunch of snow. Last week I was listening to your show on the headphones.
Yeah?
And I got some ice jammed in the snowblower. I took it out of gear. I reached in. Dog jumped up, hit me, threw the auger into gear, severed 2 of my fingers.
Oh, God.
Oh, but it gets better.
Oh, does it?
I started getting shocky. I kept the headphones on. I was able to wrap my hand up, pick up my 2 fingers out of the snow. They were easy to see. They were the 2 big bloody stumps.
You pulled a bobbit. Wow. So there was your
I
fingers.
can't pull anything right now. Drove to the hospital. They were able to reattach my fingers. I kept from going into shock by listening to you 2.
Wow. Really?
Well, thank you.
That is so
I ought to
cool.
thank you. I mean, I've still got most of my right hand thanks to, keeping my wits about me listening to you 2 morons.
So we could actually take that and use it in our promotional...
We saved a life, Mike.
I think you should.
We saved a life,
If you ever
Mike.
lose a finger, always listen to Don and Mike.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye. We'll be right back.
This is the Dawn and Mike Show.
The Dawn and Mike Show on 98.1 The Peak.
CNN Radio News, I'm Cammie McCormick. In Flagler County, Florida, a homecoming for relieved residents as a mandatory evacuation order is lifted.
I thank the Lord, and then the firefighters, the Marines, whoever is here helping us, we really thank them.
Come slide in my mud.
Okay. All right. Bye, Jorge.
This is the Dawn and Mike Show.
After 5 o'clock now in Illinois, so I don't know if the offices are open. Let's try. You want to be Al Nipple? And
yeah, I think that's appropriate. I think it'll move better if we do it that way. So, we'd like to welcome everyone right now to Eggs and Issues.
I'm Al Nipple.
And hi, everybody. This is Victor Anus.
Tuesday get together. Eggs and Issues. Shake Show 3. Bing bong. Yep.
We're sorry.
All right, wait.
For those of you that have been calling, and let me tell you something, the phones have been ringing off the hook. The Nipple and Anus hats are on their way, okay? We're getting them back from the guy that stitches Nipple and Anus on there.
I'm Al Nipple.
And this is Victor Anus.
Yes. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Al Nipple.
And I'm Victor Anus. How you doing?
And we're calling from the Westwood One Radio Network. We're doing our drive time show right now called Two for the Road, Eggs and Issues.
How are you doing today on this fine Tuesday? Hello.
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 All right.
Oh, dear.
All right, it's called, this time will be us.
Oh, man, let me tell you something. Listen, if you're out at the local Holiday Inn, please stop by the Nipple and Anus Omelet Bar. It's serving up some of the best Western omelets you'll ever...
Some fabulous crepe Suzettes.
Yeah, wrap your tonsils around that. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
I'm Al Nipple.
And this is Victor Anus.
WCBS, WFME Sports Radio.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. We're live on the air right now, the Two for the Road show from the Westwood One Network. This is Big Al Nipples.
And I'm Victor Anus.
And we're wondering, is this radio... Hello? Hello?
I couldn't handle it, man. I was trying, but with something about having the receptionist there. Two for the Road show.
All right, this time will be us.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not as much fun.
I know, but it's the only way we can find out what's going on there.
That's true.
WCBS, WFMB Sports Radio.
All right, hey, listen, this is Don and Mike, and we're doing a national show right now. Is this the radio station where the disc jockey was attacked with an axe?
Well, that story was way blown out of proportion.
That's why we're calling. We want to find out exactly what the deal was.
Hang on a second.
Because we live in fear that our listeners will come after us with axes.
Are we live on the air?
Yeah, right now.
Yes.
What market are we in?
Buddy, we're in 57 of America's biggest markets.
Hang on.
There's big exposure for you.
Charming people here. Maybe I'm understanding about that man with the axe now.
Doesn't mean that this guy might be on the air. This guy may be the disc jockey.
Could be.
See?
You're right about that.
Pouring rain.
How do you like this song, Al?
It's a super toe.
Kevin, may I help you?
Toe tapper. Kevin.
No comment, fellas.
What do you mean no comment?
It was overblown and...
Yeah, well, if it was overblown, we'd kind of like to know how it was overblown, because that would be something I would think you'd want people to know.
Give me a fax number and I'll send you the release out on it.
Why don't you just talk to us about it, man? Why are you so uptight?
I'm in here with a client. I've got stuff I've got to do.
I get that. I bet that's good PR for your station, huh? I bet you haven't made too many sales this week.
We've done fine this week.
Really?
Thanks for the call.
Hello?
What a bunch of jerks.
Dickweed.
What a bunch of jerks.
Explains the act.
You know, and they're really, it was way overblown, and then they give it a no comment. Yeah, no better way to think that something was really blown out of proportion than to go, I really can't talk about it.
Well, I'd like the facts now. I mean, the FAX.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only way we're going to get any information out of these people.
You could say that again, Al.
You're right, Vic.
Vic Amos.
CBS, WFMB Sports Radio.
Hey, listen, it's us again. We're still on the air.
Yeah.
Are you the guy that keeps hanging up on us? Are you the guy with the client right now?
No.
I guess that was the other guy. He said we were going to get a fax, and we need to get a fax about the incident.
Right.
We're DJs, and we're concerned about the guy that attacked your DJ with the axe.
Yes, for the love of God, DJ safety everywhere. We want to make sure that everybody's, safe, and what precautionary measures we can possibly take.
Lock your doors on the weekends.
Really? Where did the guy? Was the guy actually able to axe the disc jockey? I mean,
no.
Did he? Oh, so he didn't cut him up?
So what happened? It was a weekend guy that was attacked?
The story that was picked up on the wire was blown way out of proportion, and it was turned into a great piece of sensational journalism for us, but it wasn't near the story that broke. So it was kind of, for those that are looking for some juicy news, it's really kind of a disappointment if you're interested in facts, if you know what I mean.
We're not.
We like the juicy, overblown, sensationalized story.
The guy showed up with an axe, but he was asked to put it down. He did.
Was he angry? I mean, was he there to use the axe to like, smite somebody, to hit somebody in the head?
No, he wanted to make a point, and he wanted to get in the building, and he wanted it to get in the building, but since he was able to walk in, there was no need for it. So he
sounds like
put it down.
Sounds like you have security like we do here.
Yeah, he put it down. We called 911. The whole thing was over in 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's too bad.
All
Okay.
right. Well, thanks for the information.
Well, guys, just lock the doors on the weekend. That's what I'm telling you.
Right on.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
You bet.
Thanks for your time.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, see, that other jerk that we talked to didn't need to be like that at all.
Right.
And if it was a guy that was working on the weekend and, something really happened, like the guy got killed, it wouldn't actually be a net loss for the station's staff.
Just a weekender. Who cares?
They don't care.
WCVS to BFMB Sports Radio.
Yeah, hi, listen, this is Al Nipple.
And I'm Victor Anus.
We're doing our Westwood 1, 2 for the Road show right now. We've called a couple of times to get some information about this happening with the disc jockey. Does anybody have any info there for the 2 for the Road show?
Yeah, the story that was picked up on the wire was blown.
This is the same guy we just talked to.
A lot of it, most of the information there was not factual. What it was.
Really?
Oh, so you're telling us it's not necessarily true.
Exactly.
Wow.
Ooh, sigh of relief right there. 9 minutes past 6. Bing bong. You got to be somewhere by 6:30. You got 21 minutes right now. 2 for the Road, Exit Issues. This is Al Nipple.
And I'm Victor Anus for talking with the station where the guy showed up with the axe, and we understand that I guess things are blown a little bit out of proportion by this crazy media that we have, huh?
Kooky.
That's right.
This wouldn't be an April Fool's Day gag, would it?
No. In fact, it was a great idea. Wish we would have thought of it, but we didn't.
Yeah. When did it happen exactly?
On Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon.
It's now 10 minutes after 6 o'clock. Weather and traffic together coming up. I'm Big Al Nipple.
And this is Victor Anus. I guess the moral of the story is to watch out for all those kookalas, huh, my friend?
The moral of the story is if you're in radio, if you're a radio announcer and you're working on the weekend,
right.
Lock the
door.
Lock the door. Hey, what's the first motto right here? Lock the door.
Lock the door. Absolutely. We always lock the door on the 2 for the Road show.
Beautiful. Let me ask you. Here's our public opinion poll of the day. Titanic. What's up with that? Have you had enough of that movie?
That's pretty incredible. I'll tell you, people are going to this film in droves. It's setting all sorts of sales records.
And what's your feeling there in Southern View, Illinois? Is Titanic still as big and hot as ever?
Well, actually, no.
No? Pray tell me more.
Well, because we had a barge crash into a riverboat casino in St. Louis last week.
Wow!
Oh, good golly, Miss Molly.
Man, oh man, a guy with an axe, a barge, crashing into a riverboat. I mean, my God, it's pretty busy where you are.
It's very busy.
Golly.
6:11 right now. You got to be somewhere by 7 p.m. My friend, you have 49 minutes together. This is Big Al Nipple.
And hi, I'm Victor Anus.
Boys, it's been fun.
We want to thank you for your time.
And good luck with your security measures that you're putting in place there. And, hey, can I just say from a radio guy to a radio guy, be careful out there.
We are.
There's a lot of jerks out there. Nice to talk to another nice person.
You bet.
Hey, and how would you like to sign our world's largest sympathy card for Tammy Wynette?
Love to.
Beautiful, beautiful. A beautiful lady. She will be missed.
She will indeed, Al.
I'm Al Nipple.
Have fun, boys.
Bye-bye.
I'm Victor Anus.
12 minutes. Is he going? All right. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. The world's largest sympathy card.
For Tammy Wynette. Mike, for those who serve.
You kind of got me on that one, Al.
Be right back.
This.
So that was doing nothing to take off the edge.
She's Irish. She probably knocked back the shot and just put water in yours.
So we're sitting there. 9 o'clock comes. We've been there 2 hours. I turn on Jerry Seinfeld. We watch Jerry Seinfeld. We're watching the races. 9:30. It's now 9:45. We've been in this place, Bally's at Ocean Downs, and I want to mention them by name, for 2 hours and 45 minutes and have not been served our food. Now, it's not like we can complain because we can't find our waitress anymore.
Nobody around.
There's nobody there. Finally, it's 9:45, and I said to Frida, well, you know, I've been a great guy here for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Right.
We've had nothing to eat. This sucks. I'm leaving. And I got up and I said, I'm going to go now. Anybody that wants to come with me, come on.
Right.
And I expected at least one person would get up.
You got your father-in-law, your mother-in-law, and your wife?
No, you got my father-in-law, my mother-in-law. You got my wife. You got Dougie Donut, my nephew Doug. You got his wife, Lisa. You've got Beth, my niece Beth.
Yeah.
You've got, looking strong.
Good.
But even that couldn't keep me at the table.
Wow.
You've got my sister-in-law, Robbie. I mean, you've got a group of people. There's 12 people that are going out together.
Right, right.
I get up at 9:45 and I say, let's get out of here. And they all look at me like I'm crazy. They all go, oh.
Which makes you angrier.
They go, oh, that's you. Right? And then they all start laughing at me. And they remind me of a time, like 5 or 6 summers ago, we stayed at this place with a boardwalk in Ocean City. A place with no air conditioning, and the temperature got to be over 100 degrees,
right.
And I couldn't stand it, and I went to the hotel next door and rented a room with an air conditioner, and they all thought I was crazy because I did that.
Same kind of look?
They mentioned it. They said, this is just like you with the restaurant with the air conditioner. Come on, you're on vacation. Just sit down. Have a good time. Watch the horses.
Are they gambling? Are any of them gambling?
Of course they're gambling.
That's why they're fine.
They're gambling. They're liking it. They don't care that the drinks are watered down and they've only had one drink. And
they're gambling.
In like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
They're there for the gambling.
So I get up and I say, that's it. Who's coming with me? And they all go, see you later. I go,
11 people still seated.
I go, all right. See you later. Fuckers.
So you split.
Yeah, I left.
Did you ever get a report on when the food did arrive?
I got a call at home, 10:30. 3.5 hours later, my wife says, hey, the food came. And I said, 3.5 hours? She said, oh, no. We left that place at 10 o'clock.
Oh, they never got it.
Right
behind you.
Wow. They went to another restaurant where they got seated right away and got their food immediately. And they said, now I wanted to scream at the manager.
Well, you should.
Well, I couldn't find the manager. My wife said that he came over and that nobody screamed at him and nobody yelled at him. And they all said, well, it was okay, but we hadn't gotten our food in 2 hours and 45 minutes, 3 hours. We were going to go, and we would appreciate not being charged for the drinks.
Right. And did he acquiesce?
Yeah, he said that's fine. Just please come back and tell everybody good things about us. So, well, there you go.
Well, they got their wishes.
I mean, I'm not exaggerating when I say, you're sitting somewhere, and it's hot as hell. You're at a racetrack, and, even though we're sitting inside,
sure,
and, like, what I guess is the nice section, lots of dirty, scummy people go to racetracks, right? Lots of big, fat guys and girls with big pendulated stomachs, and lots of, like, Harley owners covered with tattoos and stuff.
It's gambling. It's that environment.
Yeah, it's like, I said, it's like being backstage at a freak show, and we're not eating anything. Why don't we go? And everybody just said, oh, you're just being like you were down at the beach. Come on. Have a good time.
Come on.
Oh, come on.
For sure.
Come on. So screw that. All right, that was something good, and that was also something bad, okay? There was something good with my honey, and then something bad with the family.
Little balance there.
Right. Now, let me see if I can keep this totally... No, Mike, I'm afraid the next couple things I talk about are all bad.
Oh, I know that I speak for most of our listeners when I say I am not disappointed at all.
Oh, and listen, besides the fact that I got some vacation to tell you about, and I know that you do, you know who else I'm going to call up to our witness stand today is Mr. Charles Broyhill.
Who vacationed?
He attempted to vacation.
Really?
In Toronto.
Uh-huh.
Spending his vacation in New Jersey.
Oh, my God. You mean he didn't stay for the parade?
I think they stayed maybe... Hey, Charlie, come here. How long did you guys stay in Toronto?
I know he was excited about it. He was really looking forward to it.
Like maybe 24 hours.
Perfect.
Total time left in Canada.
Here he comes. Here comes Charles Broyhill.
Here he is. Hello.
Congratulations on your destination.
Thank you.
Noted homophobe, Charlie Broyhill. Hi, Charlie.
Hi.
What happened?
Well, once we finally got there, I would say we spent a total of 28 hours in Canada.
That's it?
Yeah.
How long were you planning to stay?
A week.
The whole week?
The whole week.
Oh, tell them about dikes on bikes.
When we arrived Saturday, there was a parade going on where some of the city was blocked off.
You had no idea.
Not a clue. when we called to make some arrangements, we were told that the Moose Lodge was having a convention in town. We figured a weekend with Moose Lodgers would be fine.
Yeah.
Well, the dikes on bikes were parading on Saturday, and the city was blocked off most of the time when we got there, so we were trying to find the hotel.
Hey, did you see Charlie Stossel's ex-wife there?
No, I didn't.
Holding up Charlie's picture.
So come on.
So we found the hotel finally, but the next day we wanted to go rent some bikes, and we couldn't find a place, and the concierge at the hotel was telling Tammy that there's going to be a whole lot of conventioners coming into town. There's a festival and everything. And she's like, oh, great, a festival. Where would that be? Can we go by?
Festival of Gayness.
Sure.
She said, it's a gay and lesbian festival. She said, really?
Oh,
Okay.
boy. Well, that's good. So I'm amazed that you didn't
Yeah,
stay.
we passed. We passed. There were guys there wearing these shorts that I've never seen any woman wear shorts that small.
You mean they're riding up quite a bit?
Yeah.
What, like Richard Simmons shorts?
Scared me, yes.
Yeah, but you looked, didn't you?
No, you couldn't help it.
Of course you couldn't. So you ought to explore that side of yourself.
No, I won't.
So what was the reason that you left Canada? Was it because of the gays?
Fear.
Fear of what?
Fear of what? Do you think you're like going to get gang raped or something like that?
He is dreamy, Mike.
But I mean, I would think even with a gay pride festival going on, it's a big city. You'd have lots of different places to go to.
Well,
where,
another thing that turned us off about it was just it seemed so just gross and dirty to us.